Spell work can be done to manipulate time in a variety of ways. This type of magic usually targets a person's productivity, forward movement, and progress. Time manipulation magic is most commonly performed to initiate destiny swaps because, as I've discussed before, our destinies are an energy and a frequency and not necessarily a destination or a particular goal. And so anytime someone is not actively tapping into the energy or frequency of their destiny, that energy can be siphoned by someone else. Hello, beautiful people. It is Oshun Kimmy, your sage, your guru, your mystic, and your spiritual informant. And today we're going to talk about exactly how someone can do spell work or dark magic to keep your spirit stuck in the past or stuck in place. It's important to note that although I'm calling it time manipulation magic, time isn't actually what's being manipulated. What's actually being manipulated is the chakras of the person being targeted. And so chakras are energetic points on the body. They are literally energy portals. And as energy portals, they literally hold information from our previous and our current lifetimes. They hold also the energetic imprint of our destiny, and they hold the power of our spiritual gifts. So essentially, as we activate and balance the chakras, we naturally activate our destinies and we naturally activate our spiritual gifts, which is precisely why dark magic and dark spiritualists target the chakras when performing energy harvesting spells and destiny swap spells. So now we're getting into the mystery behind the magic of time manipulation magic. So since time cannot necessarily be manipulated, what is going to instead be manipulated is someone's perception of that time and how they move through the time-space field. And so this process of manipulating how someone is perceiving the passage of time or how someone is moving through time-space is done through the manipulation of the energy of the chakras. Let me explain. So on a fundamental level, chakras are energy wheels. And when they are healthy and balanced, those energy wheels spin in a clockwise motion, which would indicate spiritual movement and progress forward. Time manipulation magic is essentially going to attack the chakra so that the energy wheel is no longer moving forward, but is instead either going to, one, be sent into a counterclockwise motion, which would indicate a spiritual movement backwards or a tie or cord to the past, or it is going to manipulate the chakras by completely blocking the energy of the chakras, by completely cutting off that energetic power. So it essentially will be like your energy, your spiritual gifts, and your spiritual energy is completely offline. And when our chakras are offline, that's when we experience those heavy feelings like depression, like hopelessness, like fatigue and disconnection from spirit and source. And it can essentially feel like we are on autopilot. So now let's discuss two ways that time manipulation magic works. One, when the chakra energy wheels are manipulated to flow counterclockwise, it will work to keep someone stuck in repetitive cycles and loops. When the energy of the chakras are flowing counterclockwise, it will literally feel as though there is a constant resurfacing of past habits, past memories, past people, and past versions of oneself. Things you're not even actually caught up on anymore will still continue to resurface in order to pull you back into a portal of the past. And it can do so by pulling you back to past situations that had a strong emotional impact on you, or past places or people that had a strong impact on you, by putting you back into a mindset of past people and places that had a strong energetic imprint on you as well. So it essentially will work to take us back to those core memories so that we are not creating new memories as new versions of ourselves. And so it will feel like no matter how much you walk forward, your mind, your behaviors, and your self-concept is tethered to the past. And this is why cord cuttings is so important, right? A sign you may be experiencing this type of magic is if you can look around and detect that nothing or nobody new has entered your life in months or even years. Even if new people have entered into your life, they could feel very familiar or similar to people you've met before. I personally have a rule as I am growing and evolving in my life that if something or someone feels similar to a past situation I have experienced, I don't engage with that something or that someone, because I am trying to create new experiences, new memories, and I am trying to engage in new energies. And so if it feels like someone feels familiar to an ex-partner of mine or an ex-friend of mine, I don't engage with that energy, so that I can essentially rewire the pattern of my mind and the pattern of my energy matrix, if that makes sense. Another sign that you may be experiencing this type of magic is if the changes that you make to change your habits and your behaviors are not long lasting. Like, you can give up smoking or drinking, you can begin to go to the gym, you can begin to change your diet, but those habits don't actually stick beyond a few months or a few weeks. You always feel compelled to revert back to the old and familiar version of yourself. That is definitely a sign that your chakra energy wheels are flowing counterclockwise, which can keep you in karmic loops, because essentially a cord is created that keeps you tied to the past. So the second way that time manipulation magic works is to keep you completely stagnant, to where it's like you're in a certain purgatory, moving neither forward nor backwards. Nothing new or exciting is coming into your life. Your financial situation hasn't improved. Your love life isn't improving. It's just like living on autopilot or living your life on repeat, to where every day is essentially the same. And it's been the same for so long that you may not even feel that there is anything to look forward to, or even like all of your glory days and your happy times are in the past. You'll notice this type of stagnant and unchanging energies when the chakras, especially the lower chakras, your sacral, your solar plexus, and your root, have been blocked, or has been being drained of their power for extended periods of time. Because when our chakras are active, then we feel things like creativity, we feel the confidence to try and create new things and new habits. So some of these symptoms may feel familiar, even if someone isn't actively cursing you or actively putting spell work on you, because sometimes our habits and our behaviors and our energy itself, when it is imbalanced, is creating its own curses and its own portals to negative energy into the past. So let's talk a little bit about solutions. Number one, cord cutting should be a regular process. Every full moon and after every breakup or a major shift in our lives, we should be cutting cords. So if we move somewhere new, we should be cutting cords from the old places that we were. If we get a new job, we should be cutting cords from our old job. If we break up with someone, we should be cutting cords with people that we are breaking up from. Cords can be cut from people, places, and situations, and there are many ways to cut cords. Research the best way for you. Sometimes cord cutting can be as simple as deleting messages out of your phone, deleting emails out of your inbox, getting rid of clothes and shoes or anything that belongs to older versions of yourself is cord cutting as well. Solution number 2 would be to learn more about the chakras, where they are on the body, how to heal them, and what their domains are, because each chakra rules over a particular element or aspect of our energy. So I would suggest begin doing some research to figure out which of your chakras may need some TLC. You can also book a reading with me for this, because I have been able to detect in readings when someone's chakras are blocked or the energy is being siphoned, and people's guides and ancestors have been able to provide me with information on exactly what should be done to heal those chakras. Solution number 3 is going to be crystal work. You can wear certain crystals for certain chakras. You can perform chakra meditations while holding certain crystals, and that is something that I highly recommend. And so a lot of this is going to involve some initiative on our own points of learning the different types of crystals that align or correspond with certain chakras, and also learning about the chakras themselves. If you'd like to learn chakra healing, how to work with crystals, herbs, and candles, those are all things that we will be learning on the Patreon. So please consider becoming a member if you're ready to activate your spiritual gifts, protect your destiny, and live the life that you have been truly destined to live. The link to book a reading or join the Patreon is going to be in the description box of this video and in a pinned comment of this video. May peace and blessings be upon everybody who is watching. Selah.